Welcome to Diecast Restos. I'm Jason and this is the Matchbox 13D Dodge Wreck Truck. It was in the range from 1965, switched to Superfast wheels in 1970 and deleted in 1971. My example here is missing its rooftop red beacon, its tow hook that hangs from the jib, a lot of the green paint and the decals from the bed, and a good portion of the yellow paint too. The axle is severely bent on the right front side and each of the wheels are in very poor condition, all badly scuffed. The windscreen you can see needs changing as well. Now the model is based on a Dodge D-Series pickup truck and it has a tiny central badge that reads Q, K-E-W on the front. Here's a glimpse of the real thing with a 200 badge, meaning it's a D200. Some models were built at Dodge's London factory based in Kew, the area famous for Kew Gardens, which is a World Heritage Site. You can see that bent front axle on the right here, and the cracked windscreen ceiling. So I thread the posts, and sand down one of the axles. Then I sort out that bent axle, here is the money shot, a perfectly repaired axle ready to refit. So now I'm ready to paint strip. Yeah, so I was meant to be restoring two models but I had a yellow paint disaster. So as I said before, Dodge commercial vehicles were manufactured in Kew, London, leading to them being known as Kew Dodges or Dodge Q, followed by the model name. Kew Dodges were exported to Australia, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Peru, the Philippines, South Africa, Turkey, and of course were available in the UK domestic market. This model was based on the Kew Dodge 400 series, a truck with the D-Series cab and thus very American in style. The 400 series was introduced in 1963, with much of its production exported before its discontinuation in 1965. Dodge's owner Chrysler bought the Roots Group in 1967, which manufactured Commer and Carrier commercial vehicles. For a short time, the same trucks were marketed under all three brand names before Chrysler standardised the range. Dodge's Kew factory was closed and production moved to Commer's factory in Dunstable. In 1981, Chrysler's European operations were sold off to French manufacturer Peugeot during a financial crisis. In turn, the commercial division was handed to Renault as the French government did not want to create a new competitor to Renault trucks. So I have been cleaning up the tyres and the windscreen while the primer was priming ahead of paint application. I've gone for the Tamiya TS16 yellow for the cab and TS35 Park Green for the tail end. Very early versions had the paint swapped, green front and yellow back. But BP, who were paying Lesney to have the decals advertising their company, did not like the colour scheme and so the design was changed. As such, the green cab variants became extremely rare and valuable, so much so that controversy ensued in 1970. Unknown to Lesney, some workers had manufactured the reverse colour models to sell to collectors. These were known as factory fakes. Despite Lesney discontinuing the method some years earlier, these versions did not have rounded axle ends but were crimped instead. Rather oddly, these versions have gone on to become collector's items in their own right. The earliest three runs, in both colour variations, also had silver trim applied to the grille. More variations occurred with the decal or label. Midway through the initial run, models changed to stickers instead of the original decals. A number also had the corner cut in line with the body, which I eventually did as I preferred the look. So here are my component parts. First up, I'll attach my reproduction red hook. Again, more variations occurred as the first models had a grey hook, and it was known to have a yellow hook later on as well. Finally, I start to make progress and hook the hook in place. Here I've taken a little 2mm red LED bulb and removed the connectors as a replacement beacon. It fits nicely in the existing gap and is a pretty good likeness. Again, I'm struggling with dexterity here. Once I'm there, I place in the reproduction windscreen, having polished up the other for the model that came so close yet so far to completion. I finally slide the base onto the cab and align it with the threaded rivet posts. A gentle push down, and then I can reattach the screws to finalise the build. So this is what I started off with. It was really grim and had been so badly mistreated. I've noticed that there have been quite a number of restorations of this truck on YouTube, but I felt this one really deserved a feature restoration. It was missing so much and was fit for the junkyard, but after some replacement parts, a gentle hammering and a lick of paint, this wrecked wrecker now looks like this. What a difference that paint makes. The colour filter is identical for both clips, I promise you. That red beacon sits proudly atop the new windscreen, and the new stickers look best cut into the shape of the body, in my opinion. It's got a new hook after a minor wrestling match to get it on. And just look at those tyres. All I did was coat them in Citadel and flip them onto their best non-damaged side, and they look great. The axle ends were treated to a dab of chrome paint, though that front end really would have benefited from silver trim, but I'm keeping it in tone with what Lesney would have sent the model out of the factory looking like when it was new. Anyway, that's all from me for now. Please do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again for the next one. Bye for now.